means we can't expand. I hate my life. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't say they were white people.
Oh my freaking god! What is good, you guys? My name is Rebound. Welcome back to another video for today. I hope you guys are having a great Monday. I had a pretty good Monday, interesting Monday, but I hope you guys are doing well. The pig war, oversimplified. You know we react to these every single time, and it's usually around this time that they always post the video. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Oversimplified once again. This is amazing. I love these videos. I know y'all love these as well. So pig war, what the frick is this about? When I think of pig, I think of pork. When I think of pig, I think of the swine flu. When I think of pig, I think about the vegans that I think of the vegans that just don't like meat eaters. You know what I'm saying? Seriously, I hope you guys enjoy. Let's get right to it. Let's go.
Look at us, boys. We've only gone and bloody done it. We beat the Brits and secured independence.
Oh, wow.
Now to expand westward and conquer the rest of the continent. Thomas? It looks like a bunch of different people already live out west. What? Oh no, that means we can't expand. I hate my life. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I didn't say they were white people.
Oh my freaking gosh! Oh wow! Wow! I knew you guys were waiting for that one. Wow! I didn't say they were white people. I wonder what other skin color is out there. The frick? Oh heck no! Oh heck no! This is about to be a good one. This is about to be a good one.
At the end of the Revolutionary War, when the United States secured its independence from Great Britain, the two sides met in Paris to settle the terms. Among various things, they discussed American territorial gains, and the British granted them a generous amount of land out west. However, Benjamin Franklin appeared to have an additional fascination. Oh, Benjamin. Canada. So voluptuous. You think we can maybe acquire some of that? Quit ogling our territory. But look at those curves. I'd worry less about Canada's curves and more about your own curves, Benjamin.
Damn!
Many in America.
He said were overeating. Like you've been eating too much of those freaking cookies.
Suggested that one day the Canadian colonies should become a part of the United States. In response, Britain suggested that many in America should shut the hell up. Well, if Britain wasn't going to give up Canada, then the two sides had to agree on where to put their border. Easy enough for the most part. Follow some existing borders, add in a few rivers and lakes, maybe even a parallel for good measure. But then there was a question. What would happen here?
Yeah, what would happen?
Straight line. And so it was. The border would go from the northwesternmost point of this perfectly oval-shaped lake and continue in a straight line westward until it met the Mississippi River. Perfect. Or was it? Well, as it turned out, the lake didn't actually look like this, but like this. And the Mississippi wasn't here, but here.
They finessed.
None of that made even the slightest bit of sense. Don't blame the Founding Fathers. They were just using the best map available. Blame the guy who made it. But to the minds of the day, the issue had been solved. And it was finally time to start getting along. Oh, back to war they go. The Glorious War of 1812.
Yes. Have you ever heard of the War of 1812? I have.
Canada, and the British burned down the White House. But when all was said and done, it was pretty much a draw. And once again, America and Britain had to enter into peace negotiations. By now, both sides realized the original border they came up with was a piece of hot garbage. And since America had also recently obtained a huge amount of land from Napoleon, they decided they would need to re-examine the border issue.
Wow. Britain's down bad, bro. Horrendous.
Straight line. And so it was. To fix the problems of the previous border agreement, they decided to go from the northwesternmost point of this lake, as had been previously agreed, down to the 49th parallel, and from there the line would go straight as an arrow up until the Rocky Mountains. But beyond the Rockies, the two sides couldn't quite agree on where it would go next, because both sides claimed the territory beyond the Rockies was theirs. See,
it was U.S.
Throughout its early history, America as a nation had its eyes heavily fixated on all that juicy land out west, ripe for invasion. I mean, settlementation.
Come the frick on.
Ripe for invasion.
Come the frick on, bro. Shout out to all my indigenous people out there, bro. Oh my gosh. Freaking Americans. You freaking Americans. Freaking Britons. No, I'm just joking. Bro, come on, bro. Why are you stealing other people's land, bro? I'm not even joking. This is not a joke. I'm not laughing. What the frick? This is clucked up. This is messed up, dude.
Settlementation. America.
Joe Biden, give back their land. Like, what the frick?
Wanted to expand. Not only was it their right, some believed it was a destiny given to them by God himself to multiply and spread across the continent, like rats or disease. Okay, guys, just before we take over everything, God definitely said this is what we're meant to do, right? Yeah,
sure.
Said, right? Isn't that what he said? And who was it who spoke to God? It was Billy, right? I thought it was Sharon's cat. I hear voices all the time. Well, it was one of us. There's no way we made this whole thing up to justify our ruthless collective imperialist tendencies. All right. Well, in that case, let's get out there and make the world a better place, just as God intended.
Oh my freaking
This
gosh!
belief in divinely destined expansion would later be given its very own name: Manifest Destiny. But America wasn't the only one interested in controlling the Western territories. At the time, Canada was made up of a number of colonies, collectively referred to as British North America. This one over here was owned by the Hudson's Bay Company, a British charter company dedicated to turning as many beavers as possible into as many felt hats as possible, as quickly as possible, and the indigenous people became a key supplier. As a result, the British were also eager to control the land out west and secure that region's valuable resources, and in particular, the Great Columbia River was deemed vital to the beaver business. So when it came to the question of what would happen to the border beyond the Rockies, the conversation went a little like this. The line should keep going straight because we're manifestly destined to gain the entire North American continent. No, we need this river so we can keep scalping beavers. Look, why don't we just draw the border along the river? That way we both have access to it. Well, that would be a completely fair compromise that protects the interests of both parties.
Yeah.
And there's no way I'm ever going to agree to it! Having come to a roadblock, both sides simply agreed that for now, they would jointly occupy the Northwestern Territory.
Weird!
They were both free to settle and trade there. But rest assured, the agreement was only temporary. Eventually somebody would get their way. Listen, Yank, we can jointly occupy this land, but I ain't sharing anything else. I don't want to see you using my toothbrush. I don't want to catch you wearing my underwear. And I don't want to catch you using my computer and selling my data to advertisers. Well, then you, my friend, should use NordVPN.
How does he catch me every single time, bro?
Now, where were we? Oh, yeah. Bickering over boundaries, manifesting destiny, and a joint occupation of Oregon.
So clucked.
And one man living here who felt the territory should be British was James Douglas.
Yes, I heard of him.
No-nonsense chief factor at Fort
Ugly
Vancouver.
ass.
What a beautiful, unspoiled corner of the British Empire. I've got my spotted dick, my Spice Girl.
What? Pause, bro. You got your what? You be eating what? Bro, just come out of the closet already. The frick is your tank?
Unspoiled corner of the British Empire. I've got my
I have my spotted D. What the frick is... Bro, can someone explain this? What the heck is this? They call this the D word? Bro, someone explain this in the comments.
Dick, my Spice Girls fan club membership, and an unrelenting negative outlook on life that affects everyone around me. What are you looking at, Steven? Yes. Truly British. What the?
Oh, not America, dude. McDonald's.
The problem for men like Douglas was that many Americans had already begun streaming up the Oregon Trail. Gunslinging, howdy neighboring, and diarrhea.
You had to kill that damn, you had to kill that right in the butt cheek though?
The problem
right in the ass cheek. You just had to shoot him, right?
For men like Douglas was that many Americans had already begun streaming up the Oregon Trail. Gunslinging, howdy neighboring, and diarrhea having. By the thousands, they were pouring into the Oregon Territory in search of land to settle and farm. This, however, crowded out the fur trade, and eventually, a very bitter Douglas and the other Hudson's Bay traders at Fort Vancouver were ordered to relocate north to a new base of operations. But the Americans keep coming, and they don't stop coming. Hopped in their wagons and they hit the ground running. Didn't make sense to keep sharing Oregon when they outnumbered the Brits more than 6-1. And suddenly, the whole joint occupation deal was being called into question. newly elected President Polk maintained that America had an obvious claim to the entire region, even implying a possible war with Britain. Fiery language from U.S. senators declared that American rifles would annihilate the Hudson's Bay Company in Oregon, and America even gave Britain notice that it was pulling out of the Joint Occupation Agreement. The British were alarmed as the two sides stood on the brink of war. But in the end, neither truly wanted to fight. The British favored maintaining good economic relations, while the Americans had already gotten themselves into a war with Mexico. So after a bit of back and forth, the British finally said, "Fine, you wanted a straight line? There's your straight line." And so, the agreement was made. The border would continue directly to the Strait of Georgia, but because the British insisted they keep Vancouver Island, it would then move south through the center of the channel and on to the Pacific Ocean. Finally, the issue of the northwest border had been solved.
That's it?
Hold the phone. Discrepancy detected. Enhance frame, 200%.
What the frick going on here?
Enhance.
What is that?
Enhance. Oh, too far.
What the heck?
Perfect. Now, show me the exact wording of the treaty. The line of boundary goes to the middle of the channel, and thence southerly through the middle of said channel? But there's loads of channels.
Yeah.
So, you tell me, dear viewer, which channel is the treaty referring to?
All of them, bro. All of them, bro. They're finessing, bro. Come on.
And therefore, who owns these islands?
All of
Is
them.
the wording of the treaty.
British is trying to finesse, bro. British trying to finesse.
Well, that's exactly the problem encountered by the people living in the area. The British insisted that the channel intended by the treaty was the Rosario Strait, and therefore the islands were British. The Americans, on the other hand, argued that the intended channel was the Harrow Strait, and therefore the islands were American. At times, the debate became rather heated. Even the individuals who negotiated and signed the treaty at times didn't seem entirely sure which channel the treaty meant, and representatives from the Hudson's Bay Company begged them to make it clearer. But thousands of miles away, the people in power simply had more to worry about than some tiny islands in the middle of nowhere.
True. Order in the court. Damn.
All right, listen up. We got a lot to get through. The 7th Earl of Chissingham says he encountered a foul beast in the fields of Upper Fardingdom late last night and put this sketch together? That's a poor person, Darren. Ugh. Next, Lord Piddlingham says he has a new mole on his backside? How is that parliamentary business, George? Oh, some islands in the Pacific Northwest are in dispute and could lead to a war with America? Boring. Fine, let's take a look at that mole, George.
What? Ew, what the frick? George, if you do not go to the next room, we don't need to see that.
And so, for
What's
now,
wrong with
the
you,
islands
George?
were
You literally allowed, you were openly accepted to just showing your backside. That's crazy, George.
held in dispute.
That's crazy.
Were they British or were they American? I'm sure this conflict won't cause anyone to die. And one man who thought the islands were undeniably British was James Douglas, now the governor of Vancouver Island. He had already once had American settlers encroach on his territory and force him to move. And by golly, he wasn't going to let it happen again. As far as he was concerned, those islands were not only British, but prime agricultural land. And given the chance, those glubby Yanks wouldn't hesitate to start pitching flags with their glubby little hands. And so, he came up with a plan. If the British settled the islands first, then that would surely secure them for Britain. And so in 1853, Douglas sent an Irishman by the name of Charles Griffin, along with some Hawaiian shepherds, to go set up a sheep farm on San Juan Island.
Hawaiian slaves?
And set up a sheep farm. They did. The place was rammed with sheep, 1,369 to be exact.
Okay.
But within those flocks of woolly cowards could also be found a number of beautiful, prized Berkshire pigs. Oh,
there we go.
You.
I was about to say, like, why is this called the Pig War?
Looks stunning. You're the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Would you perhaps like to go to the island bowl together tonight? Oink once for no. Roll around in that cow crap if yes. Yes! I'm covered in poo and I'm the luckiest man alive! But life on the island of Charles Griffin wasn't to be a perfect paradise of pig pageants. Because unfortunately for him, the Americans also believed the island was theirs.
Of course!
One day, in 1854, an American customs collector was sailing around the islands on the outlook for bands of native tribesmen when he spotted something. Aha! I've got you now, you savages. Over yonder. Those are sheep, sir. Sheep, you say? What are they doing here? let's go and negotiate with them. Negotiate with sheep? Are you crazy? I'm perfectly stable, you red bag. Call me crazy, I get it. I'll eat your eyes. Hello,
What?
good sir. We request to speak with your leader. Out of my way. Allow me to parley with this foul beast.
What? He can speak?
Hey, stop threatening my sheep. Your sheep? You mean to tell me that you, a British subject, have illegally imported these sheep into American territory? I'll have you know that you, an American, are currently trespassing on British territory. The Americans felt that they were entitled to collect taxes on the British property. You know.
Wow, this is how they finesse?
Because the island was American, and they threatened seizure if dues weren't paid. The British, meanwhile, threatened to arrest the Americans. You know, because the island was British.
There we
and
go.
The two sides were in a standoff.
Let's get
To
it.
give Charles Griffin the legal power to deal with the American trespassers, Douglas said, hey, put on this wig. Boom, you're a magistrate now. And in turn, Griffin went to one of his Hawaiian shepherds and said, hey, I'm making you a constable. Put on this badge. The British then went off to arrest the U.S. Customs Inspector. But, being an American, he emerged from his tent with 4 pistols and a giant knife. So the Brits had to back down. Eventually, raids by northern tribes chased the U.S. officer from the island. But the Americans weren't done yet. Officials from nearby Whatcom County in Washington Territory believed the island fell under their jurisdiction, and they decided it was time to make the British pay up once and for all. They sent one Sheriff Barnes to go confront Charles Griffin. Hey, you owe us $80.33 for all this farm stuff.
Are you crazy?
Go suck an egg. Oh, I see. So that's how it is, huh? That's how it's gonna be, is it? That's the way in which things are, eh?
Yes.
That be how it will, is it? Will it be how that is, huh? That be the way in which things be the way
Shut your
they
ass
are.
up!
Get off my property! So the sheriff and other Whatcom County officials felt they were now well within their rights to seize and auction off Griffin's sheep in order to recoup lost taxes. And who would they auction these prized breeding rams off to but themselves? Then, in a pretty chaotic scene, they worked to tie the rams to their boats. And when Charles Griffin came running to rescue his kidnapped sheep, being Americans, they pulled out guns on him, and he had to back down.
Yeah. Being Americans, bro. That's still how it's going on right now. Just pull your gun out. Okay, fine, bro. You got it, bro. You got it, bro. I'm backing up, bro. I'm leaving, bro. Bye. Freaking Americans, dude.
In all, Charles Griffin lost 34 breeding rams, and he was furious. The British complained to the American government.
You stole my
What had
sheep.
been going on at their northwest border.
Not my pig,
and
though.
Both governments told their officials in the area to back off. We're not trying to start a major war over some dumb sheep and a stupid island. But also, the islands are definitely ours. Under no circumstances let the other side have them. For now, both governments agreed to set up yet another boundary commission to decide which channel was the correct border. But it often devolved into petty bickering. The British did make one interesting suggestion, though. We could draw the border through this middle channel and split the islands between us.
That would be good.
That would be a completely fair compromise that protects the interests of both parties. And there's no
Bro, of course, bro. Freaking America.
way I'm ever gonna agree to it! And in the aftermath of the sheep raid, James Douglas, still stationed at Fort Victoria, became even more cautious
I'm just
of
playing
American
around, guys.
encroachment into
I'm
his
just joking.
territory. Mr. Douglas, sir, it appears an Indian has discovered gold in the Fraser Canyon, just north of here. Shut up! Keep your voice down, boy. We can't risk those glubby Americans hearing about this, or our territory here will be infested with them.
No!
No!
No way, bro.
The
There's
Fraser
no freaking
Canyon
way.
gold rush attracted a heap of Americans to the region. Some got lucky. Most did not. And of those that didn't, rather than returning all the way home, many simply decided to settle in the area. And in particular, the juicy green pastures of San Juan Island were rather appealing. Believing the island was American territory, around a dozen American settlers moved there in the late 1850s. One of them was a man named Lyman Cutler, a young man in his mid-20s, and lazy as pie. He didn't want to have to clear a space in the forest to build his home, so he said, I'll just build my cabin right in the middle of this British sheep run. I'm sure that won't make anyone mad. When he planted potato seeds in his garden, rather than building a nice protective fence around them, he said, I'll just fence in 3 sides and hope all these British farm animals have a moral compass and respect my property rights.
What an idiot. Yeah, a
Griffin's
pig.
pig was a Berkshire, well known for rooting, and Lyman's fairly pathetic fence made for a bad combination. Numerous times he had had to chase the pig away from his property, and he once angrily marched up to Griffin's home, saying, "Hey, British farm idiot, keep your stupid pig out of my potatoes. It is up to you to keep your potatoes out of my pig." Griffin was furious with his
He really said that.
new American neighbors. They built their homes all over his sheep pastures. And besides, what right did they have to be here anyway?
Facts.
It was British territory. Lyman, on the other hand, swore the local government had assured him his land claims were legitimate. And so to him, the British were out of line. Look at that sick freak. In love with his pig. Isn't that just sick? Yeah, what a freak. Not like our loves, buddy. Ours is all natural.
Okay, you're
Yeah,
delusional.
just a man and his potato.
You're
Nothing wrong with
delusional.
that. But the tension between Lyman and Griffin was just about to explode. Huh? What the? Spuddy? All right, you damn dirty pig.
Oh.
That's the final straw.
It is time for war.
Lyman shot the pig.
At least you can get
After
pork,
taking
right?
a second to calm down, he
Pork,
felt bad
right?
about murdering Griffin's prized boar. So he went to him and said, "Hey man, look, I kind of just killed your pig. It was eating my potatoes again, and I don't know, man. I kind of just
You are
killed your
screwed.
pig. Killed your pig.
Look at his face.
Killed your pig."
You are screwed. Ah.
You swine! No, the swine is the one I killed. I'm Lyman.
Lyman, you're so stupid.
Griffin demanded Lyman pay $100 for the loss of the pig, an outrageous sum at the time.
Yeah.
Obviously, Lyman refused,
$100
threatening to
is
shoot
nuts.
any more animals that dared enter his property, even threatening to shoot Griffin himself. When Griffin complained to James Douglas, British officials went and confronted the pig killer. Again, they insisted he pay up, and if he didn't, Lyman claimed they threatened to arrest him and take him back to Victoria. British officials arresting an American on American soil
That's
and
crazy.
trying him under British law. Now that's controversial.
That's
And it's
crazy.
a controversy that attracted the attention of an American general in charge of the Department of Oregon, one William S. Harney. This guy, General Harney, had a reputation. He's the kind of guy who invades Mexico without orders, wasting
Wow.
valuable resources and creating an embarrassing situation for everyone
What a waste
involved. He's the kind of guy who has one of his own men arrested for writing the wrong header on a report.
He's a freaking waste you. He's a Darren.
He's the kind of guy who finds a dog digging up his yard and then chases it for 1.5 miles just to give it a beating. He hated superiors, hated being told what to do, and had been court-martialed 4 times for disobeying orders.
What a loser.
Contemporaries described him as an
Look at
imbecile,
him.
all matter and no mind, an arrogant humbug, and
A dumbass.
laughingstock. Like I said, General Harney had a reputation. He hated the British and was out for any opportunity to earn personal glory for himself. By some accounts, he even wanted to become president. And so, in July 1859, when he happened to visit San Juan Island, and he learned of the plight of the Americans living there, the shooting of a pig, and the British threat to arrest Lyman Cutler, General Harney went into scheme mode.
Oh, look at his eyes. Oh my freaking gosh.
Hey, yo, Captain Pickett. Yes, sir. Listen carefully. I need you to go pick up some flowers and bring them to my place later. I've got a plan. Here I am, sir. What's the plan? Pickett, you and I are going to start a war. What do you mean, sir? Okay, listen up. An American man shoots a worthless pig on San Juan Island, and the British threaten to arrest him. Outrageous, but we can use it. We get the settlers there to send us a petition saying they need American troops for protection. That's when you go with your men and occupy the island. The British will find American troops on an island they consider theirs so offensive, they won't hesitate to blow you to smithereens. Then, it's war. We bring in reinforcements and we fight back. I'll write to Washington, D.C., letting them know what's happening. But here's the kicker. My letter will take 6 whole weeks to get there, before the government even gets a chance to respond, telling me I'm an idiot and ordering me to cease fire. The island will be ours. Hell, we could even invade Vancouver Island or British Columbia.
Fam, this man is on a psychopathic scheme. Like, what the frick? Oh my gosh. Yeah, he had a reputation.
It's foolproof. Wow.
But
very
this man
impressive,
definitely had a
sir.
reputation.
But I gotta ask, why? Well, I'll level with you, Pickett. Historians still contest exactly what it is I'm trying to do here. It's possible I'm trying to expand America's territory. Maybe I'm trying to play the hero, so I can become president. Some have even suggested that since I'm a slave-owning Southerner, I may be trying to create a diversion to help the South secede in the upcoming Civil War.
Screw you.
But if there's one thing that almost everyone can agree on, it's that I'm an idiot. I see. But hold on, what you tell me to bring flowers for? Because, Pickett, they're pretty and I like them! There are also historians who believe that Harney and Pickett had no secret plan at all, and were not scheming masterminds, but simply hot-headed buffoons, genuinely outraged at the audacity of the British, and trying to protect American citizens. But the fact of the matter is, Pickett took the very controversial and extremely provocative act of landing American troops on disputed territory.
Crazy.
He set up his camp in a very exposed position and erected a very provocative sign proclaiming that only American laws applied on the island. It was almost like he was asking to be fired upon.
Oh,
Or,
yeah.
Again, maybe he was just an idiot. When a British official sent to the island to get rid of the unruly American settlers now saw that there were American troops, he demanded they leave. He was obviously told to go suck an egg. When Douglas found out, he was enraged. To him, the American landing constituted an invasion. Harney sent a report back to the War Department in D.C., justifying his actions with exaggerated claims of British villainy. But he knew it would take 6 weeks to get there, and another 6 weeks for their reply to come back.
Oh my
For
gosh.
now, the situation was
This is a
entirely in the
finesse.
hands of local military and government officials, and the ball was in the British court. Would the temperamental Governor Douglas and the powerful British Navy respond to the American provocation with force? Were Britain and America really about to go to war over the shooting of a pig?
That is crazy! Are you kidding me? This all happened because of a pig? Because someone shot a pig? Oh my... Yo, this is so stupid! Bro, Americans are crazy, bro. Like, I swear, Americans, Britons, bro, they were all nuts, bro.
If
This
one
is a-
man were to
this
have
is
his way,
interesting.
it's entirely possible they would.
Yeah.
James Douglas
I love
had
this.
already had Americans force him out of Oregon. They had threatened his position in Victoria during the gold rush. Now they had invaded his island, and he had had it. It was time to turn to the Royal Navy. You, Captain Hornby, go to the island and prevent any more Americans from landing. And take this magistrate with you to arrest Captain Pickett. Use force if necessary. Just don't do anything to start a war. Wait,
Ooh.
you want me to use force but not start a war? Oh, I'm sorry. Is that too much to ask, Princess? When Captain Hornby got to the island and saw that the American force there was even larger than expected,
Princess?
his concern grew.
The frick?
He sent word back to Douglas, who in response ordered even more ships to the island. And at this point, the naval officers were like, hey man, let's talk. They were concerned Douglas's escalation was leading them to war, and they convinced him it probably wasn't a terribly good idea to just go up to an American military captain with his armed men and say, hey bucko, you're under arrest. Please don't shoot me. Douglas gave in. To prevent any hostilities, he canceled all orders and told the Navy, for now, to simply keep an eye on the Americans. He did send one more ship for good measure. Captain Pickett, now seeing the British ships with their guns aimed directly at his exposed
Yeah, y'all are screwed.
said, see Jeff, look at that. We're about to get blown to bits, all according to plan. Hang on. Oh crap, Jeff, we're about to get blown to bits! Run! Pickett hastily moved his camp from its very exposed position to another position.
Wow.
As it happened, was also very came dead last in his graduating class. Nearby American
What a
and British
dumbass.
officials began showing up to ask Pickett what the heck he was even doing. Then a bunch of tourists showed up, because a major war breaking out in their doorstep was the single most exciting thing to ever happen in any of their miserable frontier lives. One Charles Griffin was particularly unhappy. First his pig had been shot. Now his sheep pastures were being trampled by soldiers and tourists alike. he complained to Governor Douglas, who was still pretty upset about the whole thing. Douglas felt British honor itself was at stake, so he decided that if American forces were allowed to be on the island, well then by golly, the British should be there too. It would be a joint military occupation. Upon hearing Douglas's new plan to land British troops on the island, Captain Hornby decided to go speak with Pickett in person. After informing him of the plan, Pickett replied that if they dared land, he would open fire. So there they were. The British had orders to land. The Americans had orders to prevent their landing.
Wow.
This was it.
They were screwed.
Over a small island in the middle of nowhere. Over a pig and some potatoes. Over whether the US-Canada border looked like this or like this. It was stupid.
That's funny as heck. To look like this or like the same freaking thing. Yo, this is so freaking hilarious, dude. This is so hilarious, bro. This is how stubborn people are, bro. This is how stupid America is sometimes. This is how stupid Britain can be sometimes. Like, man, it's just so crazy, dude. This is how we were acting back in those days. World War III coming soon, like the frick.
Hold on. This is stupid. To heck with it. I'm not landing those troops. I'm not gonna be the one who starts a war. The captain decided not to follow Douglas's order. And good thing he didn't, because pretty soon after that, the leading British admiral in the entire Pacific region showed up. Rear Admiral Baines outranked Governor Douglas. When he heard of everything that had been going on, he was stunned. But when he heard that Hornby had refused Douglas's plan to land troops, Baines could have kissed him.
Wow.
Whether he did or not, history doesn't tell. But I like to think they did. The Rear Admiral canceled all of Douglas's orders and instead pursued a policy of not interfering with the Americans until he could contact the British government. The Americans, not knowing the British no longer intended to land, had sent reinforcements and began fortifying. But even still, the British Navy did nothing. And finally, when word made it across the planet, informing the two governments of the ongoing crisis, everyone was shocked. Holy crap! Harney landed troops on disputed territory? Man, I hope the British don't find out about this. Buchanan? Oh crap! The British! Why are we getting reports of American troops on San Juan Island? Whoa. I don't know, man. Nothing to do with me. But you're the president. What? Breckenridge? Am I the president? Yes, sir. And hey, we got a problem. It looks like the southern states are considering seceding, and we're headed for the biggest crisis in the history of the nation. And it's your job to fix it, sir. Sir? Oh no. Go away. Not the curtain again, Mr. President. I'm not here. Buchanan. Back in the Pacific Northwest, Harney was beginning to realize the government may not be terribly impressed with his reckless actions. So he began firing off even more aggressive letters, justifying what he had done. Tell him the British were sending bands of Indians to attack our men, and
bro, this guy is absolutely psychopathic.
They're big meanies with coal for hearts, and that they made me cry like a little girl. Wait, no, that makes me sound weak. They made me cry like a big girl. Yeah, that's it. When the president received Harney's new letters, his anxiety only grew stronger. Oh, crap. Hey, General Scott, please make this go away. Leave it to me, sir. General Winfield Scott was the commanding general of the entire U.S. Army. Well known for his negotiation skills, he was a veteran of the Mexican-American War, during which time he had to deal with General Harney's idiocy and insubordination. And he watched as Harney got away with it all, thanks to his friends in high places. It's safe to say that Scott really did not like General Harney. By now, General Scott was racked with gout, and he was so big, he had to be hoisted onto his ship in a basket. Nevertheless, he began the long journey to the Pacific Northwest. Okay, everyone, get over here. Will somebody please tell me what the heck is going on? I'll tell you, General. It all started on one fateful day last summer. Spuddy? All right, you damn dirty pig. That's the final straw. What? Hey, you can't get away from me!
Wait, what?
Look at that pig. Nowhere left to run, eh? I'm gonna enjoy this.
What's going on here?
Ryman, If you spare my life, I grant you 3 wishes.
Wait, was that Morgan Freeman that was talking? What the freak? What the freak? Oh my freaking gosh. Yeah, we need to go back. What the freak?
When an aging Douglas heard the news, he said
What?
that there was no possible way the British argument had been presented correctly. But that was that. The British conceded. And on the 25th of November, 1872, the last British troops left the island. As the Americans entered the British camp to raise their flag, they found that the British had removed the flagpole. One last up yours to Uncle Sam. By this time, Charles Griffin had already left the island, and the Hudson's Bay Company eventually sold their sheep farm. And so, there you have it. A dangerous situation that almost brought two great powers
Like, so you're saying the Americans still won?
To war, triggered by the shooting of a pig. But thanks to more level-headed minds and an eagerness for peace and cooperation, conflict was avoided. And the only casualty of this pig war was, well, just a pig. But how different could things have been? What if the British had attempted to arrest Pickett? What if they had landed troops? Could the two sides have actually gone to war? Could America have invaded Canada? Could it perhaps still invade Canada? Think about it.
Bro.
Why not? We have the manpower. We have the arms.
Okay, bro. Okay, bro. We get it, bro. But we're on your side, bro. We're not trying to start a war. Canada versus US, we're not doing that. We're on your side. We're with y'all. You know what I'm saying? You help us, we help you. You know what I'm saying? You scratch our back, we scratch yours, bro. We don't need to, no, you don't need to invade us, bro. As a proud Canadian, I tell you, please don't do it, bro.
Our manifest destiny. Picture a future where American Mounties wear red, white, and blue and hail the stars and stripes. Where Wayne Gretzky would wave the American flag every 4th of July in the streets of Montreal. Maple syrup, the greatest American food. Banff, the greatest American national park. One united nation under the leadership of our glorious president, Drake. No longer shall we tolerate our smug neighbors to the north with their affordable insulin and endless comments complaining that I don't talk about Canada enough in my videos. That's right, Canadians. Watch your backs.
Wait, what?
With one eye open tonight.
Oh, heck no.
Biden's coming, baby.
Yo, whoa. No, not Biden.
And this time, he's coming with a vengeance.
Bro, no, bro. Screw Biden. I'm just joking. No, but seriously though, that was absolutely hilarious. You know what I'm saying? That was absolutely hilarious. You know what I'm saying? So we learned one thing today. US always get their way regardless. US are stubborn individuals that always get their way. Let's just and if there's a situation, just pull a gun on them. You know what I'm saying? Ah! No, but seriously though, this this was absolutely hilarious. All jokes aside, this was absolutely hilarious. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Love y'all so much. This was great. You know what I'm saying? Definitely a nice reliever. You know what I'm saying? Before I start exams, I don't know if a bunch of y'all are in school or not, but I'm in university and exams are coming up like this week and for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So wish you guys the best on your exams. You know what I'm saying? Good luck. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys do well. If you guys are new, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? If you made it to the end of the video, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to make it to 100K very soon. Also, hit that like button for your boy. Let's see if we can aim for 100 likes. You know what I'm saying? Love you guys. Shout out to OverSimplified. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. And I'll leave a link to his, you know, other stuff as well if there's anything else. But I'll catch you guys later. Take care. Peace.
You win. Perfect.